way more threatened by me than I am y'all, but hey, it's cool. The reason I feel so comfortable is this is just like Christmas on my white side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm mixed. I'm gonna be real, like, I know how this is. I just wanna let y'all know, man, like, I come from a long line of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? It stresses me the fuck out when I think about my family history. That's why I'm up here looking like Allstate and hired the caveman instead of Geico and shit. For real, life will take a toll on you. So, this is what I realized, man. Like, I grew up with a lesbian grandma, right? And that shit cool, you know what I'm saying? Once you realize that your grandma is actually your grandma and not your grandpa. Like, I swear to God, when Stevie J came up here, I said, grandma? Hey, but for real, it's cool though, cause like my grandma taught me all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? She taught me how to hang drywall and shit instead of selling crack. That was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should help the nigga out. But, you know, a couple things that I've learned in life is, karma gets you some shit later on, man, cause like, my lesbian grandma, yeah, her dad, he was in the KKK. Yeah, it's fucked up, right? I know I don't look like the type of person that can say that, you know what I'm saying? But just know through karma, he got a great grandson with dreads who can say nigga legally, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Jokes on him. But, like, this is what's really crazy, yo. Like, I don't really get much into politics because I'm mixed. But what really got to me was like, I just had a baby, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was an abortion, but I appreciate it. Now listen, hey, I went with it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, as a dad, I'm like, hey, yo, let me raise mine, you know what I'm saying? But we had a little debate, you know, and she brought in politics, and I was like, cool, whatever. She really had the nerve to tell me that I was wrong, and I was like, cool, I'm supposed to agree. So she tells me, as a man, I have no say-so over her body. I'm like, check. She says, I don't know what it's like to go through her hormones and that the things that she goes through are understandable by her. And I'm like, all right, cool, I get that. Like, and ladies, let me tell y'all, that's real. You know, I give y'all credit on that. Do what you wish. But about 2 weeks after she had the abortion, I get woke up in the middle of the night to a cell phone hit me in the face. And she had the nerve to look at me and was like, motherfucker, you been cheating on me? And I was like, obviously I smoke weed. Stereotypes are real, racism sucks. But I woke up, I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She's like, no, you've been talking to this girl this whole fucking time. I'm like, the whole time? It's only been like 4 days. But this is my point. And she said it, I said, hold on. Let me explain something to you. How you gonna make rules about my body? You don't know nothing about these hormones, trust me. Trust me, baby, you don't. You don't know what I go through at the dentist's office. I'm just saying, you know, at the end of the day, shit, my body, my choice, bitch. So, later on, I had a child. This one lived, y'all. I still pay for this motherfucker. But, like, it ended up being a little girl, you know, and it's cool, because, like, I got a couple boys. Like, we don't talk about them, because... But my daughter, it was different raising her. It's like, I thought Disney was the way to go. Anybody else out here got daughters? Anybody? Yeah. Okay, did y'all let them watch Disney? Yeah, y'all fucked up. I'm telling you, that's why she got relationship problems. Let me explain this shit. I started off with The Little Mermaid. I'm like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put that on. I push play. I go in the room. I smoke me a joint. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna come out here and enjoy this like a child. So I come out, first thing I see is a crab on the TV talking about life is much better down where it's wetter. I said, oh, no it's not. No it's not, you know where it really be, motherfucker. So I take that out, I put in Snow White. Nah, fuck that. That's the first one that ever came out too. You know, that's the one that they usually show everybody, but this is my thing, like, I've watched it enough to realize that Snow White was a dope head. Now, from Battle Creek, like where I live at, every woman I know with a nickname Snow White has a habit. That's all I'm saying. And it happens for a reason. And as I'm watching Snow White, like, she like was hungry, bent down, ate some mushrooms, say what you want. But after she ate them motherfuckers, the trees start reaching for her and shit. I'm like, yeah, I've been there. Definitely been there. But then she goes like and is talking to animals and shit. I'm like, been there too. I got a pit bull and know all my secrets. I'm just saying shit. But then like she walks in and like everything's covered in powder and I'm like, that's iffy. That's real iffy. And then she starts cleaning, then she starts like just and I'm like, ooh, that's a tweaker. That's a tweaker right there. And this is what really gets me. It's like, she ends up living in a house with 7 niggas, man. Like, it's 7 whole dudes in the fucking crib. And they're not just regular dudes. These are fucking midgets, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against midgets. I have nothing against midgets all the way except I'm not. They, you know, my knees hurt. I fought a midget before. I ain't gonna lie. I got bad knees now. I ain't even win. I ain't gonna act like I won that shit. But my point is, I'm like, man, this ain't right. And the first one, you know, that you see, his name is Grumpy. I'm like, why he grumpy? Leave it alone. Then there's a motherfucker named Dopey. And I'm like, all right, we're gonna see where this go. And then these motherfuckers come out of a cave, and what do they say? Y'all know the song. Hi ho, it's home from work we go, and bring her gold and diamonds and shit. I'm like, hell no, my baby ain't watching this shit. Oh shit, I'm about to be no gold, nigga. And then I see Dopey, and this motherfucker eyes is all tweaking, his ears are tweaking and shit. I'm like, nah, I was right. So we cut that off, put in Cinderella. Now, this is what really get me about Cinderella is, all right, I see that she was talking to animals and shit too, and like they all was having conversations with each other. It was like a whole family of mice, and the mice talked, the birds didn't. That definitely blew me too. But once I realized, you know, she just lived a rough life, you know, and she called her godmother to go to this dance. Her godmom get her a whole new outfit and shit, you know, get her a rental car for the night. I mean, I'm from the creek, y'all. Come to the hood you want to. That's how they live on prom night. But I'm just saying, like, she go, the clock strike 12 and she take off running, like, and these glass slippers fit perfectly. Am I wrong? They fit perfectly, but they fall the fuck off. I'm telling you right now, my motherfucking Chucks don't fit right. They going back. You see what you want? They ain't falling off if I run. But this is what got me, is like the prince found that motherfucker, and everything else turns back into pumpkins and mice and shit, but that glass slipper is just still there, like evidence and shit. I'm like, alright. So he searches the whole kingdom, he puts the shoe on every maiden in the land. You know what I'm saying? From Caledonia to Wyoming, Grand Rapids, Kentwood, and all of them. And it don't fit nobody. He shows up at her house and puts the shoe on one of her sisters. I guess her feet stank and shit. They're like, man, fuck her. Kicked her out. The next sister put her foot in the shoe. And she got like a boner action that go on and shit. They like, nah, she been to the dentist. So, you know, then the prince got his people looking around and shit. Like, hold on, man. I know these ugly hoes ain't the ones cooking and cleaning around. But hey, y'all got somebody else living here? Who else live here? Bring her. They put the shoe on, man. They had a little conversation. They said, look, man, y'all know that shoe don't fucking fit because it fell off her, right? That casserole smell good as a bitch, don't we? Gonna say it's her. You know, I'm like, man, hell no, man. My daughter ain't watching Disney, so she fuck with the Yellow Ranger now. You know what I'm saying? That's just where we at. But I'm gonna close this out with a little bit of trivia for y'all, you know, just to make your brain think. And I be high. I don't know how many of y'all heard smoke, but I be thinking about shit like where the words originate from, you know, because we all use them, but who the fuck it things like this thing about what I'm saying today. But I started looking through the dictionary, like looking up definitions of anything. Like I started with cuss words, you know, I was a bad kid, I had ADD, fuck it. But y'all know what the true definition of fucking is? Like what the true term is, anybody? It's a farming term. It's a action of repeating or striking the ground repeatedly. That's really, yeah, there you go. So I'm like, yo, that's dope, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody in here knows what the true definition of a hoe is. You know what I'm saying? Not to get you down the street and talk about the real, you know. So I'm like, all right, you know, then as I'm smoking, I'm like, man, that's crazy as hell. Back in like 1706, wait, nah, not me. Back in like 1901, I could have just been chilling, smoking, come in the house, 2, 3 in the morning, my girl mad. She like, Josh, where the fuck you been at? And I'm like, look, baby, chill. I was out fucking with my new hoes all night. So y'all been real. My name is Joshua Pittman. Y'all can find me on Instagram, Mr. Yes, I Said It.
I had someone tell me I look like if you were to draw the Super Mario Brothers from memory. It's done wonders for my confidence so far. I was like, man, at least Mario. They're like, nah, you're giving me Player 2 vibes for sure. You know what I mean? Which is crazy, because I'm not Italian, you know? But I guess, like, I'm half Mexican, I'm half white, which I guess in the Midwest is Italian. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I get it. Olive skin, olive oil, Italian, I get it. That makes sense. I'm half Mexican, I'm half white, you know? It's been good so far. I can't complain. Thank you. Yeah, give it up for half kids. All right. It's been good so far. I've been Mexican for all my life, so you know. The best way to kind of describe my experience this far, it's like you know that thing that Trader Joe's does when they rebrand their Mexican products to like Trader Jose's? You're like, oh, I get it, he's spicy. You know what I mean? It's like there's white people in the audience, right? It's pretty. Okay, yeah, I know. You know, white people love Ortegas. Yeah, let's give it up for Ortegas. Watered down ketchup, you guys get it. You know? It's like that. It's like being Ortega's taco sauce. I do really good with a white demographic, but Mexicans are a bit embarrassed to be seen next to me. All right. Been getting into some white collar crime recently. Yeah, figured you guys might like that. Loitering. I'll loiter anywhere. You know what I mean? It's so easy to get away with. I'll loiter 2, 4, 6, 8 hours a day. You know what I mean? I can do it anywhere. The exact definition of loitering is to stand idly without purpose or intent. I'm doing that right now, baby. You know how easy it is to get away? I was at Target the other day. Just squeezing bread. You ever seen wheat bread with a dent in it? That's me. You know what I mean? I just see focaccia, and I'm like, ugh. You ever found a baby shirt in the freezer section? That's my signature move, baby. I'm a goddamn menace to society. I don't care about the rules, you know? I like circle around the entire store, just going back to the scene of the crime like I'm a murderer. Not bad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually from the UP. Any UP people in here? Are you? You're wearing the uniform, the flannel. You're sure you're not from the UP? Okay.
I got this out of your house.
Oh, you got? Okay, good. Get out of my house. That's good. No, I love the UP. The UP's great. Like, it's one of my, like, I always tell people, like, I couldn't wait. I hated it when I was growing up there, and now I love going back. It's one of my favorite things. We go there all the time. And it's like, I try to explain it to people. It's like this magical land across the bridge. It's like Narnia with racism. Yeah, I mean, well, the big difference between the UP and Narnia is nobody comes out of the closet in the UP. That's not. Hey, it's a book joke. You guys are on board. Okay, good. Some of these aren't jokes. That's just sometimes their reality. No, I love it. I love the UP. One of the things about the UP, they're rugged, like individually. That's why I'm getting a kick out of watching the Ukraine thing. Like that reminds me, like that's what would happen if Canada invaded the UP. Like that, it would be over. Like, oh, hey, nice tank. Hey, Martha, go get my duck gun. We'll sort this out right now, eh? We'll take care of it. We'll be back by pasties there for dinner. Yeah, we'll get her done. They're rugged. They're tough. They're rugged individuals. You know in the UP that they're rugged because they put all the things in the store that they sell on the side, right? Which basically means if you don't need it, just keep fucking driving. We don't want to talk to you. We'll be in here watching the pack. That's how they do it. Like, first time I brought my wife up there, I had forgotten, like, that's the only thing they do that up there. And she, like, leaned over when we crossed the bridge and she said, "What's ice cream, smoked fish, beef jerky, fudge pasties? What's that? Is that a local delicacy, or do we need to pick up some Lotto, Wi-Fi, cigarettes, liquor? I don't know. I don't know if I need that or not." It's crazy. They love their trucks in the UP too. That's the other thing. They love their trucks. I have a theory, since we're talking theories. I think there's been a lot of talk about like masculinity and like gender and all this stuff. I think masculinity is kind of like a circle, right? Bear with me. I think it starts up here with the most masculine, and it kind of somehow weirdly goes all the way around. It's not a line. Some people think it's a line. I think it's a circle. And I think you can end up right back there. Now what I'm trying to say is, I think truck commercials, American-made full-size truck commercials are some of the most homoerotic shit I've ever seen in my life. It's true. Like you watch any American-made truck commercial, it always starts the same way. Bob Seger's playing in the back, you know, there's a slow motion shot of a truck going across a hill. You know, Sam Elliott always kicks in as the narrator. "Oh yeah. Why don't you pick up the 2014 Ford F-150? How do you feel about 2,000 horsepower pushing against the back of your zipper there, partner?" What is happening? What? "Oh, nothing. Just talking about trucks. They're cool, and you can slam the tailgate as hard as you want there, old Bronco." Strange. They also, every truck commercial always has that same shot of the bricks. There's like 3,000 pounds of bricks sitting on a crane, and they drop them into the back of the trailer. Into the back of the trailer. That's a selling point. Somebody right now is like, "Hey, I gotta come by there and pick up some bricks, but I'm in a real hurry though." Just put them on a crane. It's a 2014, so you can just put her on a crane. It'll be fine. Strange. Then I wish they sold other products that way. They used to sell refrigerators that way, you know. Like, "Oh, buy the new 2024 Refrigerator Fridge Master. It'll hold all your groceries. We're gonna prove it by trebucheting a fucking cow into it." I would probably buy that fridge. Oh man. I used to visit my dad in the UP. My dad still lives in the UP. Johnny was talking about Italians. My dad, I'm worried that I'm turning into my dad. My dad is 100% Italian. Like his parents were right off the boat. My dad is so Italian, he doesn't even speak English. He doesn't speak Italian either. He just doesn't speak English. It's really strange. Like he's got this thing where he mispronounces words all the time. Like it's alarming. It's alarming. Like I called him up one time. He had to go to the hospital. He spent the night in the hospital a couple months ago, and he was like, it was something with his stomach, and they had to keep him and give him fluids. I'm like, "Dad, what happened? Like, why did you have to see?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I got a guy there. He said I got a little bit of the Ebola." Ebola, Dad? The flesh-eating virus that ravaged the continent of Africa? Is that what you in the 90s? Is that what you had? They just gave you some penicillin there, patient zero, and sent you home? You think maybe they meant E. coli? Oh yeah, that was it. E. coli. That was it. A little bit of the E. coli. My dad's so Italian that he's always got a guy, you know? That's how you know somebody's really Italian. I got a guy's like, "You need your roof done? I need your roof done? I got a guy. Got a guy. Oh, you need a good brisket? I got a guy. Oh, he's good. Oh, you don't got a guy? I got a guy for that. He's a guy. He's a good guy, this guy. He's a gay guy, but he's a good guy. This guy's great. He's a good guy." I think I just had a stroke. I don't know what just happened there. I think the point of that story is I'm in therapy. That's where we landed. No, it's good. I'm in therapy. Here's an example of why I go to therapy and why I think it's useful. Like my wife, I mentioned my wife earlier, she loves to shop. She loves bargains. She loves deals. Like some of you ladies might relate to this. Like I'll come back to the house, she'll have a new pair of shoes, and I'll say, "Nice shoes." She doesn't say anything, she goes right to place the price. TJ Maxx, $12. Does anybody do that? Target, $12. Like just right to the place of price. That's why I know I need therapy, because I was in therapy the other day. My therapist was like, "Man, you seem like you're really depressed." And I said, "Catholic school, 12 years. It's true. You got smiting me down for that one on the microphone. It's true. Catholic school, it's a crazy place. It's a crazy thing. It's almost that I like to get outside though. That's the other thing I like to do. It helps with my mental health. Anybody else like to get outside? Like the weather is a little setback with the weather, but I like to get outside. It's almost, if you're a nature lover, it's almost my favorite season. It's almost whooping bachelorette season. Yeah. This is when the whooping bachelorettes come into metropolitan areas, drink all the cosmopolitans, and then go back to their native land, which is the health and beauty section of Target. That's where they go. It's true. It's my favorite thing. It's just, woo! They just come in, you can hear them. They're in their floral gowns and shit. That's the thing. All wearing sashes. It's an amazing thing. You can count it. I'm from Traverse City, so you can count on it. They're all over the place. It's like, they always drink Cosmos, too, which I think is hilarious. It's like Sex in the City. Like, every one of them is like, oh my God, I'm such a Carrie, and now you're all Samanthas. That's how that works. I also love that they're on, you see them, I don't know if you guys have this down here, we have cycle pubs up there, and the party trucks, and it's always a bunch of basic, and they're blasting gangster rap all the time. They're blasting just singing along with every word. They're like, oh really? Are you straight out of Compton, Bethany? Is that where you're from? Is that where you got the Sensible Flats? Was the Compton swap meet? Is that where? That's crazy. I'm a sober guy now. I don't drink anymore. Hold your applause. No, I had a real heart-to-heart a few years ago with the state of Michigan, and we decided it was probably time. Well, it was their idea initially, but I warmed up to it after a while. It's weird. Everywhere you go now, there's all these drinks, everything is all this weird stuff. You know what I mean? There's a place I stopped into the other day, and they said, the waitress was like, have you tried our habanero cider? I'm like, that's a thing now, habanero cider. I drank a bunch of tequila and got pepper sprayed. It's kind of like that. Similar experience. It wasn't, it's not the same. It's not the same. I mean, Michigan, we were just voted, that was the thing. The other day, Traverse City was voted the drunkest city in Michigan. That was the thing that happened, which is surprising if you've been literally anywhere else in Michigan. We like our booze in Michigan. We like our booze so much in Michigan that there's anthems, drinking anthems in different, if you're in Detroit, for example, anywhere in Detroit, around the city, you hear Journey kick in, just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. Yes, which doesn't even exist. South Detroit is a river. Is this the love song of SpongeBob SquarePants? How did this happen? It doesn't matter. You're drinking a drinking anthem. That's our drinking anthem. You know what I mean? Mackinac City, Bob Seger, roll me away 12 hours out of Mackinac City. The whole song is about getting the fuck out of Mackinac City, but it doesn't matter. We're drinking. But I gotta say, being from the UP, the best drinking anthem that we wanted, I think, in the UP. Because anywhere in the UP, any bar, any time, when you hear that droning guitar and the husky baritone of Gordon Lightfoot, the legend lives on from the Chippewa. Yeah, the Evan Fitzgerald, it's great. I don't think that, right? It just makes you swing your beer and just generations of alcoholism come through you. It's the greatest thing. I don't know that there's a song that captures the majesty and the lore and the crippling depression of a region quite like the Wreck of the Evan Fitzgerald. I don't know if you're not familiar with the song, a boat sank once and everybody drank forever. That's how that song works. It's true. And the weird thing is that song has 6 different verses. I used to know them all, but I have to have a 0.3 alcohol content to remember them. There's 6 verses of that song. Everybody makes an appearance. The captain of the boat is in there, the cook is in there for some reason, I don't know. The last verse of the song, I think, is just a pasty recipe. I don't know. Make sure you dip it in gravy. All right, I'm gonna get going here in a minute. I'm gonna leave you on this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the set. Look, I was raised Catholic, so full disclosure, I'm gonna feel shame either way. I'm gonna throw that out there. Sure, you guys get it. Yep, it's a deep burn. It hangs in there. That's the thing. You don't get to pick as a Catholic whether or not you're Catholic or not. When you're a baby, you just get dipped in the thing and you're a Catholic. Everything's your fault. Here's your stupid baby now. You know what I mean? Catholic priest says we're learning not great with consent. So. I know, that's a rough joke. I've actually considered moving that joke to another parish and never talking about it again. So, I know. We're not wrong. I will. Okay, you guys, that was a close one. All right. But I will say, I'm going to leave you on this one. The best thing, my favorite sacrament of all, growing up Catholic, was alcoholism. You know, like it was. Like you don't really realize when you're a kid. Like the first image I remember was that guy in his fancy bedazzled frock, the priest up there with his gold pimp cup full of wine. You know, this is the greatest thing you'll ever have in your life. You should probably try it. It's the official beverage of Jesus. I mean, as it turns out, they were right. Like what they don't tell you, though, fast forward 15 years when you get pulled over by the cop, he doesn't care that you're drinking out of a gold chalice in the car. He doesn't care. This is the blood of Christ, officer? Yeah, we're going to need you to step in. Well, I know it looks like I was drinking, but Jesus took the wheel 3 chalices ago. So. My name's Ben Cirilli, everybody. Thanks so much. Give it up for Brian.
I'm JD Smile Hustler. I don't do nothing to try to turn frowns upside down to get the world back happy again. We're way too angry. World is crazy out here now, and I don't even understand why. Like, do you realize we're running out of the most essential things in the world that made us who we are? Like in the black community, do you know we're running out of real grandmamas? Yeah, nobody thought about it, but real grandmamas, we don't really got them no more. Like, I remember the grandmamas that was coming up that used to have the white dust that come off their bosom. Am I the only one? You remember grandma had a little white dust come off her bosom. She said, come here, baby. Come here and let me pray for you. White dust. Come right off her bosom. Smell like baby powder and cookies. Put you right to sleep. We're running low on real grandmamas. The white dust coming off these grandmamas out here now. You do not want your baby sniffing all the. You don't know what it is. Adderall, you don't know what it is. I'm just saying. The world out here missing essential things. Like me, my whole life, I'm going to be honest with y'all, all I ever wanted to do was grow up to be an uncle. That was it. Growing up, black guy from the hood, when I was coming up, best thing to do being a black guy was to be an uncle, man. Uncle was the sweetest guy ever. He had everything you wanted as a black man. Had long black cars, always had the sweet clothes, always come with the good looking girls. He pulled up to the family get-together, turned the get-together out. He ain't even supposed to be all over the grass. He done pulled the long Cadillac all up on the grass in the driveway. He done jumped out the car. He had,